end is a little strong.
So nice job by Mississippi State to roll up 5 to get the game within 6. Score from a number of places on the floor. And if I am Ben Howland, I'm concerned about that.
Yeah, tough team to defend, and we'll see if Q Witherspoon, who only had 2 points and has really led Mississippi State in scoring in SEC games, if he can get on track.
They got to get something out of Ware as well. Let's check in with Kaylee Hartung.
Well, not surprisingly, you two just read Ben Howland's mind. Quintary Witherspoon, they've got to get him going, though Howland didn't seem to have an answer as to how to do that, just said that he must. As for the defense, he said, we've got to make sure Georgia's 2 shooters, in Gaines and Frazier, we force them to bounce the ball before they shoot it. He said 3 of those 5 threes that Georgia's got, they haven't made him do that.
Kaylee, thanks a lot. That was an extremely tough pass by Witherspoon. Look at that.
Play in between, but a silly foul. The second quick foul, which now he has 3 fouls on Kenny Gaines. He got 1 on the offensive end on a rebound he wasn't going to get. Now gets on the defensive end, trailing the guy he's guarding and then kind of slapping him in the head. A bad foul. And Mark Fox just shook his head, stood up, and he's looking at his senior like, come on. You got to be smarter than that.
Like you said, especially when you look at the senior leadership there. Ooh, a little bit too aggressive on the defense was Daniels. So that's going to be it for him right now. Oh, Daniels takes his 3 fouls to the bench, and Zappardo comes back in.
And Gaines has a seat as Gino checks back in the lineup. When Gaines sits down, I mean, you're taking nearly 14 points a game, putting it on the bench where they're outstanding outside shooters.
Maiden working on Zappardo.
Good set play, John. The reason is they cleared the whole side for him. There was no angle to double team from up top.
Sword picks it up. Oh my goodness, look at the ground he covered. That jump. And then Ware looking at 3. Oh my. That was like Olympic. Nice bounce pass. Maiden takes it right at the glass.
Gosh. Here's the jump stop by Craig Sword. Watch this. Between 2 defenders. And honestly, if his feet wouldn't have come together and he kind of stumbled, I think he'd have just exploded up and finished that play.
I think the only reason they came together was because he collided with the defender as well. Ware picks up that foul. That's his 3rd.
You know, Maiden, 78% free throw shooting. I mean, that's impressive for how he scores it inside. Loves to go to the foul line. Ben Howland doesn't want his guys to stand on this defense. Standing around looking at each other is not going to get it done. He's got to have more movement. And that means Witherspoon's got, that's how he gets involved in the offensive end. If they've got more movement and cutting, as they did the previous possession. You see his numbers, only 4 field goal attempts, 2 points.
And unless there's something bothering him, I got to figure Malik Newman's going to be coming on the floor soon as well. Frazier is good with another 3.
Got a great stroke. He's got a quick stroke.
Sword again fights his way to the hole and gets bumped on his way there. A foul against Charles Mann.
Watch how quickly, John, the release is. He just eyes up a defender. And again, this is a defender that's longer than him, but hand up. I said it last night, doesn't bother good shooters the hand just up in the air.
I know you should go to the side of the head.
Yeah, put the hand somewhere where it's not seen as much.
Zappardo thinks about the 3. Reddy has it down.
Reddy was solid in the first half. He's got to have some teammates join him though.
Sword gets up in the air and drops it down.
16 points on the night for Sword. Another solid performance.
Frazier moves to his left away from Witherspoon. Maiden came and sets the screen, and that just cleared it out. That made it easy for Mann to take it right to the hole. Tonight after a game, Dari, Tony, Dane, and Damian will wrap up our second day here from the SEC tournament. They'll have analysis, highlights, interviews, look ahead to the second round matchups tomorrow on SEC Now, only on the SEC ESPN network, also streaming live on Watch ESPN. Zapardo, his fourth foul.
Mann's had a solid career in that Georgia uniform. Year in, year out, he's scored nearly 1,400 points, almost 400 assists, over 100 steals. A lot of wins. A very unselfish player, because even in his senior season, he has kind of moved over and gotten off the ball compared to last year, where he dominated the ball quite a bit, game in, game out. He can play the point, but he'll slide over and let J.J. Frazier handle the ball more now. So that's, for a senior, I mean, that's an unselfish deal. And Mark Fox hit it around the head that these players enjoy playing with each other, trying to help each other out.
Yeah, Sword ran into a wall of defenders, and that caused him to travel. Kessler was the biggest part of that wall.
Kessler came out of there holding his side.
Yeah, he did.
Took a shot to the ribs.
And trying to use Sword. Take him away from the bucket. Frazier now. Shows his quickness underneath. Well, nothing doing that trip. And there's Newman I talked about. Just pass underneath, and then a foul on the floor.
Kessler again, still holding his side.
Right now, it's hard to figure out what they're going to go to here offensively.
And that was going to be an odd move, but bailed out by a foul.
I was just going to say, I don't think that's it. I don't think that was diagrammed.
Holman took that ball off the dribble against the zone. I'm not sure where he was going. Good thing there was a reach in.
I'm not sure he knew what was going either. So 15 foul. Ready into the hands of Newman. And there's a shooter to shoot him back in the game in a hurry.
Yeah, Newman's got the ability. He's got to, again, Mississippi State team's got to have movement against this zone defense now applied by Georgia. And Sword has been the aggressor.
Yeah, if they overplay him at all, he's buying.
Yeah, you're right. If they give him like a half of a step, a look, he's going.
Gino drops it back to Frazier, and Frazier just has another three.
Money. I mean, it really is. That's so smooth. And plus, they give him time. I mean, they gave him time to get his feet set. The ones he missed in the first half, John, were when he kind of rushed them, had to get rid of them in a hurry.
Ready, trying to answer back off the front of the iron, and another rebound for Gino. I don't think they're going.
Wow.
I don't think they're going to count that.
Wow.
A big collision down there, and Holman gets up. He's got to shake away the cobwebs. He plays like that. That's a first team.
Yeah. He's had plenty of big games, and again, another guy that Georgia can play through or off of, or because of his speed and quickness. Now you got his outside game going. You got Mayton's inside game going. You got Charles Mann penetrating, attacking the basket. This is a team that's tough to defend. Their bench is not a productive as in points, but it gives different guys a spell of minutes. So they still have scores on the floor. Right.
14 points, largest lead.
You give Mann a break now, and Kenny Gaines comes in, more of a shooter than Mann is. 3-2 zone across the front. Gaines has 3 fouls, has to protect himself. Mississippi State can't get caught standing.
Weatherspoon, nice catch. Gets it to Sword. He has it swatted away by Mayton. And then Mayton takes the rest of the way and somehow creates something.
I was surprised Frazier gave him the basketball, but not now. I mean, I get it. I get it. Wow.
Like he just mesmerized the defense. And
so here's your point guard coming down, and you got a big guy running next to you. Sometimes you like to let him get set or find another option. I mean, this is your biggest guy, so he gives it to him, and up, under, spin. That's great coaching.
Sleight of hand, right?
I'll tell Mark Fox, hey, you're a heck of a coach. Brett Thomas.
He's capable.
So Frazier goes out. Man can now run the point.
Layton turns the face up. Man sees an opener. Drops it down perfectly, and Edwards just has to deposit it.
You know, man turns that corner. That's 6'5", 215 turning that corner, coming at you.
Weatherspoon took it right into the teeth of the defense, and Edwards gets whistled for the foul. Not yet into the bonus. Newman. Sword puts it on the floor, gets it to the hole, goes back, gets his own, and they get stuffed trying to take that one back up.
Tough part is Sword, as aggressive and as good as he is, it looks as though he's looking for more contact instead of finishing the play. He's looking for contact versus making the play.
You like that? Yeah. That's looking for and getting contact.
They shoot three. Ball fake. It's easier after you've hit a couple threes. You lift that ball up, guys are going to come running.
Well, and as a defender, too, as soon as you've been fooled and you then turn your hip towards the shooter, you're pretty much out to lunch. More bodies coming in for both teams.
And Ben Howland trying to figure out defensively now what can they do to slow this Georgia team down. I mean, Georgia, you're hoping they're going to miss a few shots here or there. They're shooting a high percentage, executing offensively. At times defensively, sometimes freshmen like Newman won't rotate over properly. They get caught in different situations. And when you're playing a team like Georgia that executes, good steal here.
Ooh. Newman lost the handle as soon as he got it. Now it's on the floor. Timeout called by Georgia, so they figured they had possession of the ball somehow in that mess. Bracketologist Joe Lenardi says Pitt, Monmouth, Vanderbilt, and St. Mary's are in. You had St. Mary's and Monmouth out the other day.
I'm not commenting.
They lost their conference tournaments, and now they're in. Let's check it with Kaylee Hartzong and see what Ben Howland thinks anyway.
Well, Ben Howland's just trying to make sure his team has some perspective here, telling his guys, hey, keep competing, stay together. He said, we're just down 12. We got 14 minutes left to play. This game is far from over.
John, we were at Starkville this year when they were down 17 against Vandy with 14 minutes to go and won that game at the buzzer. So they've been there. They understand it. Ben Howland understands it. Stay in there, make Georgia make shots, and the big guy keeps making shots.
He goes up holding that basketball like a softball and still somehow has a soft touch off the glass.
And he's done it with either hand. That soft touch.
Newman crashing towards the goal, and unfortunately for him, sends it the other way. Offensive foul. And that'll get him a spot on the bench. It's just a nice job by Georgia defensively But really, in an instance like that, when you go to the baseline, don't you have to be a little more careful where you're aggressive?
I think Georgia has, in the last few minutes, has settled in more defensively in that Mississippi State is always attacking off the bounce. Head down, shoulders going hard at them. And so Georgia seems to have said, okay, we're going to back up a step because they're putting their head down and attacking. We got to give a step, but we're going to take some bumps. Because right now Mississippi State is not offensively, they're not taking jump shots. They're just going at the body, and Georgia's now taking charges.
Yeah, I think you're all over that one. Maton that had his fingertips on it as it went out of bounds. So Mississippi State ball. Weatherspoon, who really has kind of been quiet tonight. Sword, who hasn't been. Rattles around, won't go down. Terrific follow underneath by Daniels.
Sword's got a tough job now. He's got to contain Frazier off the dribble, and Frazier loves probably the matchup because of the size difference. Figures he can use his bounce and get by Sword.
A little over pursuit, and Frazier tried to blow past it and got raked across the face. Weatherspoon with the foul.
Wow, and we're in a 1-1 situation.
Yeah, 12 into bonus.
12-23.
I'm not sure what you do with Frazier when he's playing this intelligently. His change of pace, you know, he knows when to burst, when to back it back out, when to go half speed. Yeah, he's playing a terrific game.
Yeah, you've got to try to funnel, right? You got to be like a sheepdog or a dog. You know how you funnel to a corner to the pin. I mean, and guys have to contain. The hard part is with quickness of a Frazier, who can shoot it, is the fact when you try to funnel and a big guy tries to help you, the big guy can't move his feet quick enough to laterally go left or right, because Frazier can control that speed and pace.
Ready, puts it on the floor around Daniels.
And Georgia has had success in the second half with their zone defense. Shooters on the floor for Mississippi State. Fred Thomas.
Out of the corner a little long. And Ogbede comes down with the rebound. So difficult as well when your shots aren't falling and then you're not getting another look at it. Frazier again dances to his left. Shot clock is down to 7. Frazier gets it up and drops it down.
Oh, variety package. We had the first game with Moody, his variety, and Frazier's a little different variety.
Thomas, three-pointers good.
Moody's is more strength and power and depth of a shot, and Frazier's is quickness, speed.
Little finesse.
Pretty release, yeah, correct.
And there's something opening on that drive to the bucket there. Closed in a hurry, but not a year in the SEC. What? And defensive player of the year.
Now those two, when they go, Big Blue Nation is hard to stop.
Yes.
And the fun part, no matter if you're at the SEC tournament or when you get to the NCAA tournament and Kentucky's playing, the blue shirts, if you were a helicopter or a satellite above looking down an arena and you see the blue shirts coming like ants from every angle of the city, right? Just marching towards the arena.
They are definitely basketball fans to be reckoned with, but when you got a program like that to have followed over the years, you can understand why.
Second to none. And they'll be in full force tomorrow night, 6 o'clock against Alabama, a team they've beaten twice this season. Double-figure wins both games.
Reddy stepping out on Frazier now, and he's got the quickness to stay with him, but it's the changes of pace. Maiden quickly double teamed. Now he's in trouble. Find his way out of it.
Good step through. He couldn't get all the way through to see his teammate. Wow.
Edwards. I'm not sure he's even tried that one in practice.
Good move by the freshman. He's played every game. That was a look at a smile on his face.
He says, I just felt the spin in me.
You know, Mark Fox had a few words that his young player.
I was sure he said, what was that? There was nobody around him when he corkscrewed either.
Coach, I just felt the moment. I just felt it, Coach. Yeah, I feel the moment. Come have a seat by me.
Man, you come on, let's talk about that spin move. I'm going way down here, away from the coach. He's still laughing and smiling.
And his teammates, look at it.
There we go. That's coach.
His players, they have towels in their faces. There's the spin. It was really pretty good.
Well, except there's no. Who was he spinning away from?
Look at his teammates saying,
I'm not sure who he was spinning away from. Zapata was anywhere near him. As a matter of fact, he spun into him.
More pressure. Georgia is a team that handles pressure well because of the number of ball handlers they have, and Frazier's now got 3 guys chasing.
Oh, look at that pass. That's your big guy in the middle making that pass. Frazier now around Daniels. He gets back outside. Shot clock's at 5. Gaines grazes the front of the iron.
You know, tough shot for Gaines because his shot clock ran down, and Gino probably had the first look set up by his teammate Frazier. I mean, when you run a play and you catch it with under 10 on the clock, I mean, Gino had an open look. Now when he puts it on the floor, it kind of closes it up.
That's the early end to the night for Johnny Zapata. He picks up his 5th foul.
I don't know if Frazier, I don't think he turned an ankle. He might have got a knee to the thigh. He went out quickly and he went to the end of the bench.
No, Zapata now just sent him to gave him his 5th foul. Zapata ran out like he was double checking to make sure that it was him. Trying to plead his case, maybe. Give me a 6th. Zapata is a senior that will end his college career. And that's tough on kids.
Yeah, it is.
He's put so much into the effort of being a student athlete. The thing, it comes to an end. It's the end of a part of your life that you'll never get back. And
been playing basketball his whole life.
Yeah.
Right? And then the other thought is the real world starts. That's the toughest one. No more wake-up calls by somebody else. No more meals set by somebody else.
Yeah, the real world comes unless, young man, you can go get a job in television. And then you can avoid it for as long as you want. Ready? Brings it down, gets it back, launches a 3, and knocks it in.
Such a solid shooter with his square face up. More pressure, and here's the big guy.
Yeah, look at that. Maiden running the break and getting the dish.
And you know what? Mississippi State has forced a tempo here. And this guy can score in a hurry.
Yes, he can. Newman. And again, the pressure. Whether it causes a turnover here or it causes them to shoot quickly and come up empty.
And Mann picked up his dribble surprisingly. Now get it back. But Georgia a little bit out of sync right there. They got to settle down. This game's now 8.
And the clock is down to 8 itself. Mann underneath. So we get back outside. Game shot, no good. Wow. Oh, and lost the handle out of bounds. Mississippi State had another stop.
Well, Malik Newman came in with a lot of accolades and a terrific player. Inconsistent in his freshman season, but he can score in a hurry. And you saw the release, the elevation. Great athlete. I hope he stays around because I think he can be a good collegiate player.
Oh, I know. Well, so many kids go in, they come into the season talking one and done, so you never know. It's just over. Ready? Thomas, that's going to be off the mark.
Well, I didn't like it. I mean, it's one thing, and Fred Thomas has made 3 threes, but that one, you didn't need it now. It's not as though there's a minute left.
Right, it's down to 8, right?
Yeah, I mean, just do what they've just been doing.
Yeah, did a nice job to force them to turn it over, miss a couple of shots. And
now Georgia is looking for a possession, and Frazier back in and right on cue. Missed it.
Yeah, he's just a little long. And ready, sees an opening, goes right to the hole, and he'll go to the free throw line. Kessler with the foul, his 4th. Georgia's lead is 8 with just under 8 to go.
Season. Mike Carrera is back. He's had an injury, but he's back playing. He will play tomorrow night. Yeah, there'll be some good matchups. Obviously, Alabama has to, you know what, they have to shoot like they shot tonight. And when you do that and stretch your defense and make threes, anything can happen. But this place, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, will be full of Big Blue Nation, and it will be loud. It'll be like a road game. Yeah, for Alabama. Yeah, I know that.
Nice over pursuit, trying to force the deflection and change of possession. And 12-3 run right now for Mississippi State. Ooh, tough entry pass, knocked out of bounds by Mann. Man gives a look like, now, I didn't exactly end up on my backside by myself.
And the energy from this Mississippi State squad. Take a look at those numbers. I mean, this whole game has changed.
Well, this will be a huge possession for him, and see what Thomas does with it. Into the middle, where Thomas has a look. Sword off the mark. Oh, nice job by Reddy to go in there and steal it. Finds Newman. 3-pointer, misses again.
Wow, 2 good looks. 2 great looks for this Bulldog team. And now Georgia's got to they got to get back into some motion on the offensive end. They've been caught standing.
Frazier sees an opening and gets it up over top of the iron, but it won't go down.
Good pass.
And that time, the open jumper goes down for Fred Thomas.
We called him streaky early in the game. If he makes them, his confidence goes through the roof. And Craig Sword gave him a terrific pass, one senior to the other.
Because that's exactly what they've lacked these last few trips, and they've missed their last 7 shots. And that hasn't just been because the shots have been off the mark. It's been lack of...
Well, not much movement on the offensive end. And a lot of J.J. dribbling, but that doesn't do a whole lot of good.
He's tried to act his way into a foul there. Man with it now. He tries to turn the corner, and Reddy comes up with... Reddy sees a man behind him. Ooh, and was not sure where to go with that basketball as he ran out of real estate. Frazier. Obede. And that's it. Out of there. The ice continues to be above the court this time around for a drought now for 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, and when you run the show, if you're a lead guard like Yante Maten's got to get a touch, right? I mean, you're running the show. My best player's got to have a touch the next time down the floor.
Mississippi State know better that trip.
Yeah. There's one thing to be unselfish, but the other part is you got to think the game. I mean, if you're playing just a pickup game, and this is the guys you're playing with, who do you go to get a bucket to keep the court for the next game, right?
Yeah, the guy who's been getting all the easy ones.
Find your best guy. Man makes it tough one.
Yeah, did he ever? So now this allows Mississippi State to get a timeout because after closing to 4, they had a couple of plus minutes. Georgia was 1 field goal over that stretch. Reddy drives into the heart of the defense and floats it home.
Kenny Gaines might have taken a knee to the thigh also. He's limping.
Maiden.
I was about to say he had Fred Thomas on him. They had to go to the post, and they got switched up, and Sword was trying to tangle up a little bit and stop Maiden from moving. And watch this. He's going to roll, and Sword's trying to hold him. And yeah.
Well, I can understand what Sword's beef would be. Like, it's hard to see where he committed the foul other than just trying to hold his position, but Maiden shouldn't be punished just for being stronger.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's probably a good point. Look at these numbers. That is career high in Starkville. 10 of 16 field goals. Another impressive night tonight. He is 5 of 5 from the free throw line, which there are not many big guys anymore, especially the collegiate game, that do that from the free throw line.
Yeah, 78%.
Impressive.
Ready? Frazier loses him. Nice crossover. Jumper won't go.
And Reddy feels it too, right? You can see he's off his bounce. It's pretty good. Frazier's been a little slower lately.
Frazier skies in. Offensive foul. Sent it the other way. The ball, it did drop right, but it's no good. You don't get these going both ways anymore. Ready now, looking for some help. Into the corner. Thomas was going to get his money's worth even before he went to the free throw line.
You know, Georgia's had it. They've been in this zone defense. Traditionally a man-to-man team. Playing zone protects some guys. They've not been very good at moving their feet. Mississippi State has been able to attack different angles, free up guys for jump shots, penetrate, get inside the lane. That time Thomas ball fake and got contact going baseline. Terrific night for Fred Thomas.
Really not a lot of difference between these teams at the top of the SEC and the teams at the bottom of the SEC. And we'll see the top 4 seeds tomorrow night, but these teams capable of playing with any of them. Yeah. Oh, nice. Spoon comes up with that.
Good decision to get it back out of there. Almost turned it back over.
Yes, he did.
I get another crack. Fred Thomas has now got a season high of 17.
On a trap.
The man they call Chicken made the quick step before he put the ball to the floor.
Ben Howland had a close-up look at That one, I'm not sure he agrees with the call, and right now he's back on defense. But the man runs all over Reddy. Reddy was trying to get a call there, but
you know what's surprising is how much the pressure has bothered a Georgia team that's got good ball handling. I mean, it has bothered them.
Well, we got a timeout on the floor right now, and 3-pointers get you back in there. Only 16, so I mean, this is nothing.
Well, you know what? You can tell when you've done that. They didn't quit playing in this game.
Gaines thought about the three.
Good challenge by Sword, though.
And it didn't go for the fakes either. Yeah. Frazier, 3-pointer. No good, and Mississippi State.
Such a tough shot.
Sword goes hard to the hole. Whew. Wow. Hard to believe there wasn't any contact there.
Almost looked like there was contact by his guy.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Georgia play.
Maybe that's what I saw. Oh, Spoon almost got out there and tipped it away again.
It's almost like a different Georgia team we're watching in the last 6 minutes, John, than it was before. Lots of dribbling.
Mayton with a hard foul on Sword. Gets hit for an offensive. He kind of moved his hips into this one a bit.
Yep. And you know what? If you're Sword, what you do as a senior, you go what you try to do. You go at the screeners outside hits. I mean, you really do. You go at it hard so that there's some kind of a bump, and then you hope the official is watching closely enough.
Mississippi State has had a number of possessions where they've had a chance to get this thing a lot closer. Ware turns around, misses again, and they continue to come up empty.
Gavin Ware only 2 points tonight, 1 of 6 from the field. But a guy they've relied on all season long, averages nearly 16 points a game.
And now he's getting into a scrap with Mayton. There's going to be a whistle soon.
The two guys are wrestling at the free throw.
And Frazier takes advantage of everybody watching that and just takes it to the glass.
Again, degree of difficulty is extremely high on some of these shots. Watch Thomas run the baseline against his zone defense.
Sword. Woo. Almost had bodies flying there.
Watch the bumps here. That's tough. That's tough to finish.
Gaines picks up his 4th foul. I was a little concerned there. That was getting Ware and Mayton. That was getting rough down there. That was a heavyweight fight.
As Ben Howland gets Ware out. You know, every free throw you get to the last 3 or 4 minutes is crucial. You can't be missing.
The pressure and over the top of it, Mayton. Back to Frazier, who will calm things down, and as soon as Mississippi State sees it go into his hands, they back into their defense. Shot clock is down to 7 now. Frazier splits the D, sends it back outside. Shot rattles around,
exactly
but won't go down for Gaines.
Exactly what Georgia wants to get, and Gaines has not been able to connect tonight.
Weatherspoon is open. You won't see him miss too many with an open look like that, but you've seen it tonight time and time again.
You know what's tough when you get down to the stretch, John? The physicality of a game like this one, where there's a lot of holding, pushing, shoving, it's physical. It's tough down the stretch to knock in some shots, even though you're open, but you're physically drained by the type of game this has been. I mean, both ends of the floor, it's a physical battle.
Well, the opportunities were there for Mississippi State.
Yeah, and still could be. I mean, Gino misses the first free throw. Georgia doesn't seem to want to put it away, and Mississippi State, every time they've had a chance to get within 2 or 3 or even, they've not done it. But now Georgia back, looks like man-to-man defensively. Nope.
That'll force him to use more time. Sword tried to muscle his way there, but nothing doing, and then the foul, it goes against Thomas.
And you put Frazier on the line, 81% free throw shooter. He's got 26 points on the night, 6 of 6 from the line, 4 assists.
Foul on Sword, actually, not Thomas.
Frazier had that stretch early in this second half. He was outstanding. Really put this lead up to 16 by this Georgia team.
Oh, he's as much responsible for this win as anybody.
Yeah. You know, it was a combination of Maton early and then Frazier late, earlier in the second half. Maton most of the first half. And then Georgia didn't want everybody to go home from the building, so they kind of put the brakes on their offense. Mississippi State got
it's
hot.
Nice of them to do that. Mississippi State didn't do their part as much as they might have, though. They actually could have had opportunities to have a lead. Where now? Goes up strong, but
Tough night.
Nope.
Tough night. He's had an outstanding career for Mississippi State.
Yeah,
Local
really
kid,
has.
Starkville kid. All those guys, Gavin Ware, that just got better every year in the Bulldog uniform. But tonight's not his night.
But plenty of reason for Mississippi State fans to look forward and know that there's a lot coming to this team. They've got some good young talent on it already.
Yep.
They've got some better players on the way.
You got a great coach. You got good young talent. Got talent coming in.
You've got a coach who's taken UCLA to 3 straight Final Fours. He knows about winning.
Understands the process, how to get guys better, how to get teams better.
Sword off the mark.
And Georgia will move on, and good matchup tomorrow night against South Carolina. 2 physical teams.
Man hands it off to Frazier. Thomas out on him.
A much needed win for Georgia, according to the experts.
That's right. Frazier launches the 3, no good. Thomas lines up his own 3. Off the mark, and that'll do it as Maton comes down with the rebound. The Georgia Bulldogs advance.
Solid win. They had their moments of about 6 minutes where they weren't very good second half. But other than that, I loved their first half. First 10 minutes of the second, they were impressive.